Exactly what it deserved.
Okay, Bharat now on 47, having, as Richard quite rightly says, looked a little uncomfortable earlier. He punches that off the back foot. A little bit, nice bit of work with the bottom hand to try and open the face, but Bowley was well positioned at backward point, and there is no run. Speaking of, talking about that New Zealand game, Henry Nichols has just got out smashing the ball into Daryl Mitchell's bat and being caught in the infield. Last ball before tea.
Goodness me. You think back to that, the ball coming off Stokes' bat in that World Cup final, don't you? And things like that. Well.
As Bharat faces up within one blow of a 50. He's not going to get it there as it's well fielded by Sam Evans sliding to his left cover. The deep point has gone back now on the boundary. Perhaps encouraging Sakande to pitch it up and go outside off stump. The third slip has gone to backward point, and the backward point has gone deep. So we've got two slips and a backward point, a deep cover point, an extra cover mid-off, mid-on, mid-wicket, and long leg. Sakande is in to KS Bharat, who guides this, but again can't beat the backward point. He's quite fine, almost a gully. Davis does the fielding. There is no run. Abhishek would like, on Twitter, would like me to convey to the gentleman sitting next to me, Richard Ray, that he is loving our commentary on YouTube.
Oh, bless. Thank you very much. It's really good to hear from you. We're hoping some of the watchers in India will make sort of Leicestershire their English county club.
Last ball of the over is a flashed at by KS Bharat. He got a little carried away there. That wasn't wide enough for the shot he was trying to play, the square cut. It flashes over the top edge of the bat through to the keeper. There is no run. The drummers start up, the cheers start up. India 191 for 7. Now I'm going to stick my head out of the window to work out why.
Presumably a superstar has walked past, heading towards the nets. The nets area here at the Upton Steel County Ground is probably about 150 yards away from the pavilion, and the players have to emerge from the pavilion, walk around the boundary and sort of go through the seats across a little road.
I don't see a player. I think they've just decided that it's drumming time.
It's sheer exuberance. Sheer exuberance. Encouraged by the spectators, and it's really good to hear. Will Davis is going to continue from the pavilion end to bowl to Umesh Yadav. Bowls full on towards middle and leg. Yadav waits on the back foot, ready to try and work it out into the leg side, clip it away through mid-wicket. Doesn't time it. Runs out back towards Davis, and there is no run. Curiously, as I mentioned, he's from Staffordshire. That's not curious in itself, but Leicestershire are going to play Staffordshire towards the end of next month. In goes Davis and bowls, big smack over mid-on from Yadav. Just stepped forward, stood and delivered, whacked it back over mid-on to the long-on boundary for 4.
Big, strong guy, Umesh Yadav. That was... In a limited overs game, you'd call that in the slot, I suppose, but it was just a foolish delivery from Davis. Nothing particularly wrong with it, and mid-on's up. Umesh Yadav gave it a thump, and away it went.
Delighting the drummers. Out with an escort comes, which particular player is this? As Davis is in and bowls slightly shorter, drags his length back just outside of stump. Yadav feeling for it. Doesn't play any sort of shot, just pokes rather wanly at the ball. Bounces through to Bates.
Going for a batting net.
Ah, there we go. Well, presumably he might be required before. Well, maybe not. I don't quite know how it's going to work with the batting and the bowling. Well, it has been known. It may be that India will bat long, literally, in this game. In goes Davis and bowls a huge mowing swing from Yadav. Doesn't connect. It bounces over the top of the stumps. A good 6 inches over the top of the stumps, I might add. It wasn't anywhere near bowling him. Had he connected, I suspect it would be somewhere around about the M1 by now.
Jasprit Bumrah would have had to fetch that from the nets if Yadav had connected with that. I've done a little bit of commentary with the former New Zealand fast bowler Ian O'Brien. He had a phrase for shots like that: big swing, no ding.
And somebody's just tweeted me a link to that dismissal, the Mitchell.
Pretty extraordinary.
Absolutely extraordinary. Catch it if you can. In goes Davis. Bowls very wide outside off stump. Surely will be signalled a wide. Is signalled a wide. Yadav still swung without any foot movement at the ball. Looks like he's going to have a swing at just about anything Davis bowls at the moment. Missed it 11. Yadav 10 off 16. Bobs at the knees as Davis goes in and bowls to him onto his legs. Slightly short of a good length. Yadav goes back and relative normality is resumed as he works it away through the vacant mid-wicket area. Vacant because mid-wicket is now back on the boundary in the substantial figure of Roman Walker, who fields and one is taken. Scoreboard hasn't changed. In fact, it hasn't changed for a couple of balls, has it? It hasn't picked up those fours either. Turn our attention to the manual scoreboard. 197 for one. Yadav has 15.
For 7.
For 7, I beg your pardon. In goes Davis and bowls again on towards the hip, but good fielding at mid-wicket as it's worked by Yadav out towards mid-wicket by Walker diving away to his left. Means there is no run. 197 for 7. 15 to Yadav and 47 to KS Bharat.
It was a funny little shot from KS Bharat. It was quite nicely timed into the onside, but it was a little bit of a close the bat face on it. It was sort of a shovel, almost like a South African type of shot, that sort of through mid-wicket with the vertical bat. An unusual looking shot, but nicely played. Yeah, that Henry Nicholls was
Surely will be
it goes through to the keeper. There is no run.
back with us now.
Still waiting on that electronic scoreboard over to our right to be updated. Telecast or stream of the cricket with no score wouldn't be particularly helpful, as this is a full delivery and squirted off the inside part of the bat by KS Bharat back to the bowler. There is no run, although we do try and give the score at least once an over, so hopefully you'd be up with us anyway.
Any clues as to why Barrett prefers using his initials as opposed to just preference?
It's not uncommon in southern India for that to be the case. He's from Andhra in southern India. There's KS Bharat faces up, and this is blocked back to him. There is no run. He is sometimes referred to as Shrikar Bharat by commentators or so forth, but as far as when I first became aware of him as a potential international cricketer, KS Bharat was how he was introduced. He's played a decent amount for India A and for in the IPL as well. As I was saying earlier, he is a keeper batter rather than a top-level batter who they've given gloves to. Averages in the late 30s. Hasn't scored a Ranji Trophy 100 for a while, but he's certainly capable with the bat and a very good wicket keeper. This is punched off the back foot square of the wicket. Will they come through for 2? They will come through for 2, and KS Bharat will move to 50. 50 exactly off 93 balls, 6 fours and a 6, and the drums start up again, drumming KS Bharat to his milestone. Well played.
First half century of the innings for India. But that's what the game is all about. That's what this game is all about. To get batsmen into form, to get bowlers into rhythm.
KS Bharat are very unlikely to play the test match unless Rishabh Pant gets injured, but it's always useful when your reserves are putting pressure and in form. You never know when they might be called on, as India found. India know better than anyone on that remarkable tour of Australia. KS Bharat turns this down to long leg. Mohammad Siraj went from a net bowler at the start of it to leading the attack by the end of it, and has now displaced a bowler in Ishant Sharma with 300 test wickets in India's attack. Natarajan ended up playing in that series as well, and Washington Sundar, who's just signed for Lancashire. A very good signing, I think, for Lancashire in all formats. Umesh Yadav now facing up to Sakande. A little bit of cover on the deep point boundary, and the leg side field's gone deep back as well. He contents himself with a push to Roman Walker at mid-wicket. End of the over, the 53rd. India 209 for 7. This partnership worth 61.
Another Evans, Leicestershire's captain in this game, will